Good evening, Michigan fans out there, and welcome back to another matchup of Michigan Volleyball here tonight, October 27th, a beautiful Friday night for some women's volleyball. Michigan Wolverines coming back to Ann Arbor after a 3-game road trip. Unfortunately, had 3 losses. Come back home, hopefully to make this one stem the tide, get their 4th win on the year, and they are playing number 13 ranked Penn State for this. I am Tim DeGrand. I'll be here for your commentary tonight, and it will be just me here on commentary tonight. I'll be here on solo call with you guys all night. There is no one in this room at the moment, but that will hopefully change shortly. We're just getting ready for the Michigan Wolverines starting lineup. We just had the Penn State starting lineup. Starting for Penn State, number 1, Taylor Trammell. Number 3, Gillian Grimes. Number 5, the captain, Mac Poderazza. Number 9, Jess Mruzik. Number 10, Angela Stark. Angela Stark. Number 17, Zoe Wetherington. And number 20, Allie Holland. And we're bringing you the Michigan starters right now. Let's see if I can do a sound check here as we are beginning today's starting lineup. Serena Niambio starting off, has been having herself a pretty great year so far. After that, of course, Brooke Humphrey, the libero for this team, of course, still in for Hannah Grant. First year at libero has been on and off so far for her. Coming up after that, Morgan Burke, the freshman, getting the starting nod tonight. Morgan Burke is one of the 4 freshmen we have here on this team that will be getting a lot of playing time. Another one of those, Valentina Valette, right here, number 13. Valentina Valette does bring, not only being a freshman, brings some heat behind some of her serves, some of her hits. After that, we have Jack Boney, one of the more veteran presences on this team. Second on team in kills, having a great year so far. Mandy Cochran, number 19, almost finishing off the starting lineup here. And actually finishing it off, number 27, Kendall Murray. Kendall Murray has been the stud of this team so far this year, leading the team in kills, being that veteran leadership we need on the outside. She's been having herself a pretty good year so far, and we are about to bring you this action starting off here. And of course, first-year head coach Aaron Virtue coming down with this team. Seems they can't turn what's been, being honest, a slightly disappointing year, hoping to turn that around maybe with a upset here over a very good, very solid, number 13 ranked in the country Penn State team. And as the band serenades a somewhat empty crowd tonight, it is the Friday night before Halloween, so many students who would usually be out here are out celebrating the festivities. And of course, we're here on WCBN Sports on YouTube. Make sure you live commentary for all Michigan home sporting events, as well as several away games. I, for example, will be traveling December 10th. I'll be traveling to Iowa City to do commentary for men's basketball versus Iowa there. All sports we have covered here. Volleyball, of course, you're listening to that one right now, but also football when we get that coming back. Basketball when that starts up. Hockey's going on right now as well. And when, of course, we get things, softball, baseball, we'll be doing that for all. So make sure you're subscribing right here so we can get going. Michigan will be starting off with the serve. Let me reset the scoreboard real quick. Just doing some tests. Michigan will start with the serve here. Kendall Murray, the leader of the team, serving in, handled pretty well by Penn State there. But a quick first point by the Wolverines as Jack Boney absolutely kills that one through the Penn State defense. On that one, you had Jess Mruzik, who is a former Michigan Wolverine volleyball player, received that one pretty cleanly, but laid it a little bit too close to the net, and Jack Boney was able to capitalize to get the first point. Jess serving this one again for the Wolverines, and that is a return by the Nittany Lions, who come right back with a point of their own. Serve is going to go to them. That was number 17, Zoe Weatherington, had a great kill there to tie this game up at 1-1 early here in this game. Service by number 20, Allie Holland for the Nittany Lions. Brooke Humphries is going to receive that one pretty well. Great set here by Morgan Burke. And that's going to be a Valentina Violet kill, where it's a very common sight here this season. Valentina was able to get a great set there by Burke, who seems to be in today for Scotty Johnson, at least starting the game off in place of Scotty Johnson, who is 8th all-time on the Michigan assist scoreboard. And Jack Boney's serve there hits the net. Going to be service error, the first one on the day for the Wolverines. As Penn State will get it back. Will be Zoe Washington serving this one. Zoe Weatherington serving this one for the Nittany Lions. As that serve is a service error for Brooke Humphries. I was kind of going out of bounds as it was, but Humphries thought to stab it out there. Maybe she'd get it in. And said ball almost hits the band back behind the court over here. Scores now stands at 3-2 Nittany Lions here early on in our first set. And Zoe Weatherington serves it off again. Morgan Burke's going to get a set here for Serena Nyambo. Nyambo gets the kill there. The diving attempt by libero Gillian Grimes did not dig that one out. And Serena Nyambo's going to get her first kill on the night, tying it back up 3-all. Michigan has had a very good track record this year of being able to, early on in the first set, early on in the game, being able to kind of hang with some of these much better, more seasoned opponents. We saw this with Nebraska, when Nebraska came in here, of course, undefeated, number 2 in the country. Michigan actually had that first set won for a while here, as Penn State returns a great serve by Morgan Burke. Morgan's going to set it for Serena. Serena gets a good one in there, but not quite. Great set there by Penn State, and they're going to get the point. Set there was by number 5, Mac Podraza, captain on this team, for a great kill there for Taylor Trammell. Brings that one to 4 Penn State, 3 Michigan here in our first set. So number 9, Jess Mruzek. And a great save there by Kendall Murray. A good attack there by Saj McBurrows, handled well by Penn State, though, however, and they're going to get their own attack return. Kendall Murray digging that one out, and Saj tries again, blocked at the front, but still Penn State keeping control of it. And that's going to be another kill for number 1 Penn State, Taylor Trammell, who again, Brooke Humphries attacked. Brooke Humphries wasn't able to bring that one in, brings the score to 5 for Penn State. Brooke Humphries kind of asked to step up into this role as Jess in her homecoming serves again. Kendall Murray receives that one well. Going to be a good set there by Burke. And an even better kill on that one. I believe that was Valentina Violet on the far side going across the court. And he just manages to sneak it inbounds. A great play there. A great set by Burke, who seems to be the heir apparent to that setter role that Sky Johnson held so well for the past few years. Valentina Violet now with her rocket serves coming in. Penn State return attack is handled well. Kendall Murray's going to get her first attack of the night, and that one is going to score for the Wolverines. And that is just textbook right there. Kendall Murray having herself a fantastic year. Able to, on that one, just sneak that one in front of Gillian Grimes' hands. As Valentina serves again, and that one, as we've seen with Valentina Violet, one good serve, one bad serve. That one just a little bit too far left, goes out of bounds. Great move there by Mruzek to let that one go. 6-5 now, Penn State. Early goings here. See if Michigan can hold on long, as Grimes will now serve it for the Nittany Lions, libero for that team. Almost gets the first service ace, but it's a great diving save there by the Wolverines. As this rally still going on, Kendall Murray attacks again. Mruzek gets that one. Good set by the Nittany Lions. Going to be attacked there, blocked at the line, but still going to be a point for the Nittany Lions. On that kill, that was number 8, Cameron Hanna. Got in there, was able to punch that ball through the Michigan defense of Burke and McBurrows. Serve again by Grimes. Fielded. Going to be a great attack here by McBurrows. And McBurrows gets the point, gets the kill. Mruzek was diving in there, but not quite able to bring it in. 6-7 now. Michigan not going down early in this one. They're going to make it a fight. Michigan has shown they can make these games a fight against their better opponents, especially in that first set. Brooke Humphreys now serving for the Wolverines. Fielded great there. And, oh, what a diving save there. Unfortunately, not quite enough. We just break down that crazy interaction that just happened there. Penn State was able to field the Brooke Humphreys serve, and that was Cameron Hanna did a little fake set spike in, but Hannah Grant in her first action in Ann Arbor in a while made a diving over the head save, showcasing that ability has been so missed on this team. And now Maddie Cochran comes back in to serve for the Wolverines. So yeah, Hannah Grant had a great diving dig there to keep that play alive, but unfortunately we weren't able to get enough oomph on that ball to put it back over the net. So it's going to be another point to the Nittany Lions, 8-7 now. As Burke serves it for Humphrey. Murray's going to get another attack here. Not quite. Hannah Grant's going to set this one up for Kayla Murray, though. That one does manage to find its way through the defense and ends up with a point for Michigan. That was 3 times in a row Hannah Grant was setting that one up for Kendall Murray. Kendall Murray was getting blocked repeatedly by the defense, but that last one managed to find its way through and get point. Tied back up for Michigan. Maddie Cochran still on the serve. Great set there by the Nittany Lions. A great dig there by Hannah Grant. Ends up sending the ball back over the net. Another set and another attack, and that one's going to go off the hands of Maddie Cochran into the crowd. Point for Penn State, 9-8. It is so great having Hannah Grant back in the lineup. You can really see the veteran leadership she brings in. Obviously, letting Brooke Humphreys kind of keep that libero role for now, but Hannah Grant, just so nice to see her back out here. As number 10, Angelina Stark serves this one off for the Nittany Lions. And Jack Boney returns it for a kill for the Wolverines, tying it back up at 9. My apologies if I'm a little bit all over the place tonight. As I mentioned, I am flying solo tonight on the call, so I'm having to wear a couple different hats right now. So if I end up missing things or stuttering a little bit, just know I'm trying to keep up with the stream, keep up with the scoreboard and all that. As Kendall Murray serves it off here, gonna be a great attack coming in. That's dug out by Maddie Cochran, set by Morgan Burke for Kendall Murray. That one not working again. Grimes is going to set it here for Weatherington. Brooke Humphreys able to save that one. Another set by Burke. Murray, another attack, and that one is good. Going through, getting another kill for Kendall Murray. And Michigan takes a lead early in this game, 10-9 now. Starting to reach the midway point of our first set here. And Kendall Murray keeps the serve. Kendall Murray, 3 kills on the night already. And unfortunately cannot keep it going there, as a service error will be accredited to her, serving that ball into the net. Ties it back up for the Nittany Lions, 10-all here. Penn State service number 20, Allie Holland. He's going to send this one away for the Nittany Lions. Brooke Humphreys receives that one. Morgan Burke having a struggle to get that one in, and Valentina Violet just punches it over. Weatherington's going to get a good attack here and sends it out of bounds, a point for the Wolverines. Penn State not quite all together yet. Teams be looking pretty even so far as Mira Chopra comes in to serve for the Wolverines. (11-10) here in the first set. Mira's going to serve this one away. Be good, brought in. Good defense by Serena Yambo at the net, blocking it off. And we're going to get actually a point for the Wolverines. Got a violation on the Nittany Lions. We'll see exactly what in a second. (12-10) now. Michigan looking to pull away from here as Mira Chopra is here for the serve. And does so. Fielded by Jess Murzik. And a great attack attempt there, but an even better dig out by Chopra. And unfortunately, Morgan Burke, when she was trying to set the ball up, actually hits the scoreboard, changes direction of the ball. And Kendall Murray wasn't able to correct enough in time. So it's going to be an error against the Wolverines and error against Morgan Burke, but also due to interference from the environment. So I don't know how much we can entirely blame that one on her. It feels like that should be some kind of reset or penalty if it hits the scoreboard, but I digress. Penn State up to 11 now. They get the serve. Number 10, Angela Stark. Another point to the Wolverines. A great set by Burke and a great kill by Valentina Valette. That's going to be a dangerous combination over the next few years. The freshman to freshman, those two both have tremendous potential for this Wolverine team. As Morgan Burke serves this one off. And a great attack there by Merzik, able to brought in though. Valentina's going to get another attack. Attacking Grimes, but Grimes held it well. Pedraza going to set that one. And Burke takes it in the attack. Valentina Valette pushes one over. And a great kill there. Instead of hitting with her patented spikes, with her patented ferocity, just pushes one over, notices a hole in the back left corner of Penn State's defense, and just pushes it over. A diving Nittany Lion. It's a great play there. And Morgan Burke keeps the serve. Another great serve. Miscommunication there between a couple Nittany Lions. Serena Niambo is able to handle the attack coming from Merzik. And Valentin just kind of pushes this one over. Can get a reset. Can be a great attack here from just Merzik. And it's blocked at the net by Saj McBurrows. Bringing the lead to 15-11 as Penn State has to take a timeout. Michigan has just come alive in these last couple of sets here. These last couple of plays, Michigan is going incredible right now. Michigan's currently on a 3-0 run. As we said, this Michigan team, don't let that record fool you. This team may only have 3 wins on the season, but they have been doing spectacular in some of these games, especially against some of this better competition. As we mentioned, Nebraska, they took Nebraska to extra points in that first set, ended up having Nebraska to win that one 29-27, which Nebraska, at the time of that game, had only lost 7 sets total on the year. So the fact that Michigan was currently sitting in the dregs of the Big Ten, the fact that they were going to be able to steal a set for a while, it looked like there, was a very impressive thing. Unfortunately, as we mentioned, Michigan has been on a bit of a slide recently. This is their first home game since over 2 weeks ago when they played Minnesota at home, which was back on October 11th, lost to number 24 ranked at the time, Minnesota, 3-0. After that, they went on a 3-game road trip where they ended up going up against Indiana, where they lost 3-0. Played at Michigan State, lost 3-1. And Northwestern, who is the only Big Ten win on the year for the Wolverines, took it to 5 sets, but ended up losing 2-3. Tonight, Michigan is, of course, playing Penn State. And this Sunday at 2 p.m., October 29th, Ohio State comes to town. And despite the fact that Halloween is on Tuesday the 31st, scariest day of the year might actually be those 2 days prior when I'm going to be subjected to watching and calling an Ohio State volleyball game. But I will be back in the call for that. I won't be alone for that one. I will have a couple of friends with me in the booth for this one. But we're not back from the timeout as Morgan Burke's serve hits the top of the net, but still goes over. Attack here by Merzik. Able to be brought in by Humphreys. Valentina gets another great attack here. Great set here. Great attack by Merzik. Merzik doesn't quite get it. The dig by Morgan Burke ends up falling through. Dove under it, but unfortunately wasn't able to get enough air underneath the ball. And Penn State is able to stem the tide for now. Get the serve back to them. Jess Merzik is going to serve now for the Nittany Lions as they trail 3 to the Wolverines. 15-12 here, halfway through the first set now. Brooke Humphries able to bring that one in. Morgan Burke's going to set it. Valentina Vallette's going to get a great attack here. Blocked at the line. Grimes is able to get the dugout. And it's going to be a wonderful kill for Penn State. A great play there at the net. That was number 8, Cameron Hanna. Call her names a couple of times so far. That's her third kill on the night. She actually deflected Valentina's initial attack and was able to get the kill following up after Grimes dug it out. Merzik still serving for the Nittany Lions. Burke sets himself for Kendall Murray. Kendall Murray at the top of the net gets the kill through. Taylor Trammell was there to meet the ball, but unfortunately was just a little bit late, and Murray was able to punch it through, getting another point for the Wolverines, keeping the lead at 3. As Michigan still leads 16-13 here. Now serving for the Wolverines. Number 13, Valentina Valle with a monster serve there. The dig out there by Maddie Blinanovic went right back over the net. And Michigan now had a nice little attack, but miscommunications there ends up with another point for the Nittany Lions. And again, this has kind of been, as Hannah Grant checks back in for Valentina Valette, this is what we've kind of seen from this Wolverine team this year as Grimes will serve for the Nittany Lions. We've seen some inconsistency, some really great play at times, being able to compete with teams like Penn State they are right now, as Kendall Murray gets a great attack here and gets the kill, bouncing it off the chest of number 2. Maddie Bilanovic wasn't able to bring that one in. And Brooke Humphries back to the serve. As I was kind of mentioning, serve has gone well. Going to be a great set here by Pedraza. Going to be a great attack here by Cameron Hanna, but that one goes long, out of bounds. Another point for the Wolverines. Wolverines now are at 18 points. As Brooke Humphrey keeps on the serve. Brooke Humphries with a great serve across, and going to get a service ace as Merzik is not able to bring that one in. Michigan up to 19 points now, and is in prime position as Penn State calls another timeout to maybe take this first set from the 13th-ranked Nittany Lions. On the serve there by Brooke Humphries, Merzik just wasn't able to bring that one in. Ball kind of caught her high up on the biceps and bounced off to the out of bounds. Went to where would normally be the crowd, but as I mentioned, Halloween weekend. Seems like the student body here in Ann Arbor has better things to be doing with their time. And Michigan, as I've kind of was trying to say before I kept getting interrupted, the thing we've seen with this Michigan team a lot throughout the year is some really good play, some really strong play, being able to get good attack opportunities, being able to dig some impressive balls out, being really consistent on serves, and then immediately after that, just kind of throwing that all down the drain, immediately turning into miscommunicating on the floor, to unforced errors, just sending things long, sending things too far left or right, not being able to get the digs out, being out of position, letting wide open spaces for teams to score in. Right now, we're getting that first kind of Michigan team. We're getting that Michigan team that does not make the stupid mistakes, that is able to capitalize on other mistakes, that is able to use the objectively strong talent that there is on this roster, like Kendall Murray, Valentina Valette, Hannah Grant, Jack Boney, whose name we haven't called as much in this game so far. All these players are really talented. They do have Serena Niambo as well. All these players do have that kind of talent, do have that ability to perform at a very high level, but it's just not always something that's able to be consistently held up. And right now we are seeing a very nice string of that consistency as Michigan currently has a 5-point lead over the Nittany Lions as Brooke Humphrey serves out of timeout. As we're talking about, that serve goes long, and that's out of bounds, ending the 3-0 run that Michigan was just on. At 15-19 now, 4-point lead. Number 5, Mac Pedraza, who has 8 assists on the night, really doing a great job in that center role for Penn State. Serves off well. Great attack there by the Wolverines. Able to get the ball back. Morgan Works going to set again. Jack Boney, almost. Great job there by Pedrazic. Michigan's able to get this one again. Morgan Works to try again for Kendall Murray. Gets it through the defense. Weatherington wasn't able to block that one. But Jack Boney does block her. Jack Boney's able to get her own block, though, after Zoe Weatherington was unable to fully block Kendall Murray's attack. Penn State on their turn gets theirs blocked by Jack Boney, who puts Michigan at 20, 5 points away from stealing this first set as Maddie Cochran will come back in for the serve. Clean serve across. A really high reception there by Jess Merzick. And blocked again. Blocked by Kendall. Oh, no. As actually a point for the Nittany Lions. It was blocked by Kendall Murray and Jack Boney, but ended up going out of bounds without hitting the Nittany Lion player. So that's actually a point for the Nittany Lions, bringing them to 16. 16-20. Great attack here by Kendall Murray. Blocked at the net. And it's going to end up with another point for the Nittany Lions. You had Zoe Weatherington, who has been a very impressive force up front, and Allie Holland, number 20, were both in there on that block. Keeping this thing tight, not quite letting Michigan get this one yet. If Michigan still wins one, they're going to earn it. As Kendall Murray is going to return the serve here. Blocked again by Holland and Weatherington. Going to try it again. Gets it over there, but it's going to be brought in by Angelina Stark. And Penn State gets another point here after some miscommunication. And Michigan has to call their own timeout as Penn State has started their own little run here. Penn State's on their own 3-0 run now to counteract the one that Michigan just had to get to 20. Call it the commentator's curse, but this is exactly what we've been talking about so far tonight. The inconsistency from this Wolverine team to be able to put teams away late in the set like this, being able to finish, being able to, when the other team starts throwing everything that they have at you, to take it, to field it, to not get too erratic, and finish off these sets. Michigan now still has the 2-point advantage over the Nittany Lions. Score is still 20-18 as Michigan just called a timeout. But we're going to need to see something else from Michigan here. We're going to need to see, with Penn State still having the serve, we're going to need to not let Penn State control the tempo of this latter part. They can't let Penn State get on a roll here. They've got to be able to get a point here, stop this run, get it back up to that 3-point lead, get a good, comfortable 3 points in there, and finish this set off once and for all, and take an impressive set away from these Nittany Lions. Penn State starts off coming out of the timeout. Morgan Burke's going to set this one up. Jack Boyne's going to get a good attack and gets the kill just like we needed. A great attack there. Exactly what this Michigan team needed as the score now goes to 21-18. Kendall Murray, one of the better servers on this team, is going to get a chance to serve here. Scorer going to be set by Petraza. Going to be a good attack by Merzick. And a great over-the-head dig there by Cochran. Valentina Val's going to get her attack and just puts too much on that one, sending it out of bounds. Grimes ducked out of the way to let that one fall out of bounds. 19 now for Penn State, 21 for Michigan. As we are keeping this thing going. Penn State still on serve. Allie Holland serving this one for the Nittany Lions. Brooke Humphreys able to receive that one. Morgan sets it for Valette, and Valette gets it blocked back at her. And it says it went for the Nittany Lions. Thought for maybe a second it could have fallen out of bounds, but no. Penn State is now almost tied back up, 20-21 now. Still Allie Holland on the serve. Sends it over. Humphreys brings it out. Morgan Burke going to set it here. Jack Boney going to get it. And it's going to be a point for the Nittany Lions. Thought it was maybe tipped at the net, but Jack Boney just sent that one a little bit too far again, sending it out of bounds. We are all tied up here at 21 late in this first set. Allie Holland has kept the serve. Penn State's been a remarkable run here. But that one goes long. A service error against the Nittany Lions against Holland. And Michigan regains a narrow lead here late in the set. This is where it really started getting the crunch time as Mira Chopra comes back in. Remember, Mira was one that came in and started serving earlier when Michigan made their first 3-0 run earlier on in the set to kind of help gain that first lead that we had. So it's going to look to do the same thing here. Serves the ball off. Penn State's going to get a good attack here. Set by Pedraza, attack by Merzik. And Kendall Murray just misses that one. Another kill for Merzik on the night. And ties it back up at 22. We're entering dangerous territory here because, as we all know, got to win these sets by 2. So there's really only one more tie that can be had at 23 until we start going into extra points here. Number 2 for Penn State. Bilanovic on the serve. And that's going to be another point for the Nittany Lions here, gaining the late lead. And Michigan's going to take a timeout after that one. Like we talked about, Penn State showing why they're the 13th ranked team in the country, not letting the adversity get to them and coming back. And what was at one point a 4-point game at 11-15 was once a 3-point game at 21-18 is now a 1-point game in favor of in favor of Penn State, who now has the lead. That last point there was a block by Jess Merzik. Serena Niambo on the attack there, but wasn't able to manage to get through. Jess Merzik has 3 kills on the night, second on her team, tied with Taylor Trammell, and number 8, Cameron Hanna, leads the team with 4 kills. Kendall Murray leads all players with 6 kills for the Wolverines. Valentina Vallette's got 4, Jack Boney's got 3, and Niambo and McBurrows each have 1 apiece, as well as Pedraza and Weatherington on the Nittany Lions side. In this first set, 12 kills for Nittany Lions, 15 for the Wolverines. Assists, Michigan with 14, Penn State with 11. Michigan, though, 4 service errors as opposed to Penn State's 2, 1 service ace apiece. As is still with Bilanovic for the serve as Penn State looks to end this thing. Serves off, dug up by Cochran, set by Burke. Was going to be attacked by Vallette, but the set wasn't quite where it needed to be. A great attack there by Merzik, but a better dig by Humphreys. Kendall Murray's going to get a great attack there, dug out though by Bilanovic. And that's going to be a kill for the Nittany Lions. Angelina Stark was able to find some space in the middle of the Wolverine defense there. Not quite, wasn't off of a set, wasn't a big kill at the net, just kind of from the middle of the Penn State side to the middle of Michigan side, as Penn State is now playing for set point. Morgan Worth's going to try to set this one up for Vallette. Vallette's going to punch it over, but Grimes is going to dig it out. Set by Pedraza, attacked by Merzik, blocked by Niambo. Grimes is going to set this one for Merzik again, and another block! Niambo keeping Michigan alive for 1 more point, blocks it and scores for the Wolverines. 23-24 now. If Michigan can get just 1 more point, they force Penn State to score 2 in a row. It becomes both teams need to score 2 in a row. As Morgan Burke serves this one over, Grimes is going to receive it. Set by Pedraza, and it's going to be a kill and the set for the Nittany Lions, who come away with this first set. That was Taylor Trammell getting the set and attacking the back line of Michigan's defense. Kendall Murray was unable to bring it in, was able to get an arm on it, but bounced out the back. Penn State wins that first set 25-23. Michigan was in control for most of the first set until later on when Penn State was able to gain control. And while Michigan kept fighting in there, wasn't able to fully close things off. And they will enter in the second set down 1. instead of coming back and stealing a set like we thought they might have. And as the dance team comes on the floor for this intermission, looking against some of those sets that some of the stats from the set that we just had. Michigan 15 kills and 5 errors, as opposed to Penn State with 14 kills and 5 errors of their own. Michigan had 14, Penn State had 13 assists. Each team had 14 digs. Penn State had 1 more block, 3 blocks to 1. 3 blocks to 2 blocks for the Wolverines. Disappointing outcome for Michigan, as you really thought for a while there that Michigan might have been able to finally win one of these sets against these top-level opponents they've been threatening for so long. But as we've seen so far, just falling apart a little bit at the end, not fully able to capitalize on some of the opportunities they had earlier in that set. And especially late, when you really need to be on it, when you really need to be closing these games out, just not able to work around that frontline defense of the Penn State Nittany Lions. About a minute left here in this first break. Want to thank you for tuning in to WCBN Sports call of Michigan Volleyball, Michigan versus Penn State Nittany Lions. Penn State currently leads 1-0 in sets over the Michigan Wolverines, and we will begin our second set shortly as we reset the scoreboards, as the teams switch sides, talk about what worked, what didn't. Hoping that maybe Hannah Grant's first game back since August might spur this team on to make some magic happen, to do some damage to the mighty Nittany Lions. Just about to come back here. This is the end of the intermission, and we will begin play any moment now. Penn State currently the third highest ranked team in the Big Ten in terms of volleyball at number 13. Wisconsin, who spent most of the year at number 1, has fallen down to number 2 now. Nebraska has maintained that has gained that number 1 spot. As we begin this second set now, Penn State will serve this one off. And we're going to get a great attack here right off the bat by Kendall Murray. Blocked right back at her, but they will still punch that ball over. Petraza's going to set it here for Wetherington. Wetherington gets blocked, but it's going to be a point for Nittany Lions as that ball flies out of bounds. Nittany Lions keep the serve. Serves by number 10, Angelina Stark. Brooke Humphries going to receive that one pretty well. Burke's going to set that one up for Kendall Murray. Kendall Murray gets the kill there. Deflected at the net by Allie Holland, but still gets the kill there. 1-1 here in this second set. Kendall Murray will get the serve now for the Wolverines. On the court is Murray. Ooh, as Murray serves this one off. Going to be a good set by Pedraza. An attack by Holland. And now it's going to be another point for the Nittany Lions. Was deflected at the net, but unable to be fully blocked, fully brought in control. On the court for the Wolverines, Valette, Burke, Humphrey, Cochran, Boney, and Murray. And on the floor for the Nittany Lions, Holland, Stark, Wetherington, Merzick, Pedraza, and Taylor. Great little rally here. Pedraza's going to set that one up for Merzick. Merzick has it dug out, but unfortunately Humphrey can't prevent that ball from flying all the way back across the net, out of bounds, and into the first row. So Penn State is going to take a 3-1 lead here, as Holland is still on the serve for the Nittany Lions. Going to send this one across. That's going to be a diving Maddie Humphrey coming in for that one. And Taylor at the net, not waiting for Michigan to make a move, jumps over, reaches over the net, and puts that one back down. Bring up to 4. Penn State jumping out early here in this second set as Holland keeps on serve. Penn State has had some of their better runs with Holland in control of the ball. And we're seeing that again right now. It's another Cochran diving in front of Humphrey to get that one. And it's going with another point for the Nittany Lions, as Taylor spikes that ball off of Valentina's hands. And out of bounds point for the Nittany Lions. That's 2 in a row now where Amanda Cochran's had to make a diving reception in front of a Brooke Humphrey who was there ready to receive the ball. A little miscommunication. And that's a third time now. This time they actually collided into each other. Michigan ends up coming away with this point, though, as the block on Merzick's attack goes in favor of the Wolverines. Michigan's got to figure out what's going on there, because that was 3 plays in a row, 3 serves in a row, where Humphrey and Cochran were not communicating in the slightest. The last time they actually ran into each other. Jack Boney now serves off for the Wolverines. Merzick's going to get a great attack here. It's getting off the hands, and it's Merzick. He's got 4 kills in the game already. There's still a lot of game to go. As the serve now comes from the Penn State Nittany Lions. Number 2, Bilanovic. And the return by the Wolverines is blocked out of bounds by Nittany Lions. It's going to be another point for the Wolverines. Bring it back to 3. Sajak Burrows in now as Morgan Burke gets the serve. Sends this one away. Penn State's going to be a good set here by Pedraza. It's going to be a good attack by Merzick. Just kind of pushes it over. Niembo, though, was able to help bring that one in. Kellen Murray's going to attack it back. Dug out there by Bulanovic. Great save there by Kendall Murray diving. And now Valentina Violet's just going to send this one to Mars almost. Way out of bounds there. It's going to be another point for the Nittany Lions. Kills and 6 digs for her in her Ann Arbor homecoming. Burke's going to set this one up for McBurrows. McBurrows, a great one there. Grimes is going to handle it, though. That was Hannah. Hannah wasn't able to get through. Valentina Violet just kind of punches one over, and it's going to be a point for Penn State. I think it's a backline violation on the Wolverines. Lead grows to 5 as Penn State now leads 8-3 here. And Merzick keeps the serve. Gonna send this one over. Valentina Violet's gonna grab that one. Brooks gonna set it over for McBurrows. McBurrows is gonna get the point. Blocked at the net. Mac Pedroza was there for it as we deflected out of bounds, and Michigan brings it up to 4 now as Valentina Violet, the missile of the Wolverines, is going to get a chance to serve right here. Great one there brought on by Bilanovic. Hannah is going to try to attack but gets it blocked. McBurrows and Niembo are both there for it. Blocking it right back at the Nittany Lions. 5 points now for Michigan here early in this first set. Closing that gap. Starting to get a little bit of momentum here. Valentina's going to keep the serve. Michigan just ever so slightly starting to get some momentum going. A great serve that knocks Villanova almost off her feet. And that was another attack by Cameron Hannah. That was another one with Niembo and McBurrows right there, but they were not able to block that one off. Ended up still finding daylight in Michigan territory. Going to be a point for the Nittany Lions. 5-9 here as Grimes is going to take this serve. Number 3 for the Nittany Lions. Shoots it over. Hannah Grant back in. Is able to agree with that one. And it's going to be a point. Asajj McBurrows there gets the kill as Cameron Hanna was not able to block that one fully. Block goes out of bounds. Point goes to the Wolverines. 6-9 now. Michigan's been looking nice here early on. And scores 6-9. Nice serve there by Brooke Humphreys, but ends up falling out of bounds. Looked like it was going to be good, but it was a veteran move by Merzik to step aside, and it just squeaked over the line. Out of bounds. 10 points now to the Nittany Lions. 4-point lead here early in the second set. Service going to come from number 5, Mac Pedraza. 15 assists on the night, leads all players with it. Hannah Grant receives that one, set for McBurrows. McBurrows with a great kill there. McBurrows has looked pretty great tonight, getting a little bit more playing time than usual, has been looking spectacular in it. Merzik laid out for that one, but wasn't quite enough. And Michigan is keeping this one close. They got behind really early there, had not so hot start. They're starting to come into it here. And McBurrows, after a great couple plays there, does have a service error on that one. Again, these unforced errors that we keep talking about with this Michigan team. 7-11 now, open 24 hours a day. The score, however, will change very soon as Cameron Hanna sets the serve for the Nittany Lions. Kilmer gets that one in. Burks sends one for Boney. Boney sends it across. Hanna's able to bring it in. Merzik's going to shoot this one over. Humphrey's able to grab it. Burks going to try a point for the Nittany Lions. Burke tried to do that sneaky little pushover instead of setting it, but Allie Holland was not having any of that, read it all the way, and blocked that one back down. It's going to be her first kill of the night. And this serve by Cameron Hanna. I talked about Valentina sending one to Mars earlier. She sends this one to Uranus. Almost hits the dance team before it hits the ground. It was so far out the back of the court. 8-12 now here as Kendall Murray steps up to serve for the Wolverines. There's the whistle. Kendall Murray, raise yourself. Gonna send this one over. Great serve there. Grimes had to go down to a knee to grab that one. Weatherington gets her attack blocked, but the block falls out of bounds. It's gonna be a point for the Nittany Lions. I believe that was Valentina Valette, who was there on the block, but couldn't angle it back in enough. Ends up just falling out of bounds. Allie Holland gets a serve back now for the Nittany Lions. 13-8 here in the second set as Holland sends this one over. Cochran to a knee to receive that one. Valentina Valette with a great cross-court attack, but sends it long out of bounds. 14-8 now here. Holland's going to send this one back across again. Cochran's able to bring that one in. Kendall Murray's going to get a great attack there in the middle. Elevates to what seems like 10 feet in the air. And Penn State is unable to dig that one out. Kendall's going to get the kill and brings Michigan to 9 points. It's going to be Mira Chopra coming back in to serve. Ball hits top of the net, but still able to get over the net. And Weatherington's massive attack there falls short, kind of hits the net and the blockers. Nyambo and Valette were both there in that one. I believe Nyambo's going to get the credit for that block as Chopra keeps his serve. 10-14 now. You know, after that lead that Penn State sprinted out to early in the set, Michigan's kept it pretty close since then. And Jess Mers is going to get another point there, another kill with a great attack, finding some space in the back of the court there off the Chopra serve. 15-10 now is getting about halfway through this first set as we get a timeout here. so far here in this second set. Michigan 7 kills to Penn State's 8. Penn State only 2 errors as opposed to Michigan's 4. Michigan, though, 7 assists. Penn State has 5 assists. About 45 seconds left here in this media timeout. Just Mruzik is 6 kills on the night, leading the Nittany Lions. You know, I watched Jess here at Michigan for a couple of years, and let me tell you, I have missed watching her play because Jess Mruzik is one of the most solid players in volleyball today. Not necessarily up there with the likes of some of the best players in the league, but she has done a very spectacular year. She was someone who, with the change of the guard for her senior year, seeing the change of guard coming over, decided that instead of trying to be a leader and one of the few bright spots on a team that's going to have some struggles, she decided to go to a team that's going to be a bit more competitive because she wanted that chance to be able to compete with some of the best teams in the country, compete for a title, and that's exactly what Penn State's going to be able to do this year. Not only have they been a great team so far, but going through this Big Ten gauntlet, they will be battle-tested by the time the tournament comes around. And Penn State looking to add to the resume with another win here over the Wolverines, as the Weatherington is going to serve this one across for the Lions. Mruzik meets it at the net, almost gets a point there, but is able to save by Maddie Cochran. Morganberg's going to set it here for Nyambo. Nyambo's going to great attack there and gets the kill. Deflected off of Mruzik and Weatherington, who now checks out for Bolanovic. Deflects off the two of them, and Michigan gets the point. Nyambo gets the kill. 11-15 now as Morgan Burke gets the serve here. Morgan Burke again taking that setter position from Sky Johnson, who is in street clothes today. Getting a little glimpse in the future here as Valentina just kind of puts this one over. Great set by Pedraza, great attack by Taylor, but Kendall Murray's able to protect that one. No, that's McBurrows is going to get great attack there, not quite finding it through though. Murray's going to send this one over. Kendall Murray gets the control of that one. Brooks going to set it for Valentina. Valentina Valette sends this one long again. It's been a common theme with her tonight. Valentina Valette has had 5 attacking errors on the day, as opposed to only 4 kills. 16-11 now here for the Nittany Lions, leading over the Wolverines, as Mruzik serves that one. Gonna be a great attack here by Kendall Murray, who sends that one long, pushing Penn State to 17. 6-point lead now. Penn State really starting to gain control of this second set here. We're just going to send this one off again. Valentina receives that one, almost sends it out of bounds, but McBrose is able to go gather that one in. They're just going to put it across. Murzik with a great attack there, but a better dig by Murray. But that is Cameron Hanna with another kill. Not waiting for Michigan to set that ball. Michigan played that one a little bit too close to the net, and Hanna was able to reach over and smash it through. As Penn State takes an 18-11 lead, and Michigan State takes a timeout back in a minute 30. Jess Mruzik, we were kind of talking about her earlier, having a great year. She currently ranks at 10th in the country in kills per set on the year, which is a remarkable stat for her. She's been having herself a pretty great season in that sense. Has played quite fewer sets than a lot of these other people you see here up in the top 10. For example, Evansville's Juliana Cardona, Tulsa's Kaylee Cassidy, and Ohio State's Emily Lawton at 1, 2, and 5 have played 83, 85, and 75 sets. Jess has only played 66 sets this year. Both in those 66 sets, she's managed 279 kills, which after today, her 6 kills puts her right now at 303 on the season, pushing that 300 mark. Lands her off with 4.5 kills per set, which is just something that is unreal to see. Michigan, of course, would have loved to have her come back, but Mruzik wanted to go on to a chance to get an opportunity to compete for a title, which was not going to happen with Michigan this year. As much as you all listening may love your Wolverines, first-year head coach, a lot of freshman talent, a lot of people graduating, a lot of people leaving. We always knew this was going to be a rough year. As Mruzik sends this one off, Niambo's going to get a great attack here, but it's blocked at the line by Podoza. Wolverines, Nittany will dig that one out. Cameron Hannah's attack there, blocked by Niambo again at the net. And Niambo's having a great day up at the net there. She's got a couple blocks so far. And Hannah Grant now will serve for the Wolverines in her first game back from an injury suffered earlier this year. Great little serve there. Penn State having some trouble getting wrangling that one, but sends it back across. Burks can get a good set here for Niambo. Niambo's going to get a picture-perfect kill. There's a wide open space there in the middle of that Penn State defense. If it wasn't for the hardwood, this ball would have ended up 6 feet below ground. A great play there. 13 points. Sorry, no, that was, I already made that point. 12 points now for Michigan. Great little poke over there by Taylor for Penn State. Michigan State on their return attack was unable to get it back across, though, blocked at the net, and Penn State's going to go, ooh, I missed a point somewhere in there, because Penn State's at 20 right now. 5 points away from winning this second set. Seems well in hand at this point. Michigan, if they want any chance, would need to make a remarkable run, as there seems to be some conversation happening down on the court. Looks like this is going to a review, potentially. Never mind. Don't know what that was. Number 3, Grimes serving us off for the Nittany Lions. Hannah Grant's able to bring that one in. And McBurrows is getting a great kill there. Again, going kind of across to that back corner from the right side of the net through that back left quadrant of Penn State's side. Able to work that one right through between Mruzik and Bilanovic. Michigan now at 14. Apparently I've missed a couple points. And Penn State's only at 19. I've missed something somewhere. I think there's some confusion with the scoreboard. What's happening on the court. Now it's at 20-14. After Michigan was unable to bring in the Penn State attack. I'll clarify this all in a second, don't worry. Number 5 for Penn State, Mac Pedraza, serves this one over now for the Nittany Lions. 5 points away from the second set win. McBurrows with a great attack there. Blocked line by Holland. Cameron Hannah gets a great attack there, but doesn't quite get the points. Kendall Murray with her attack. Grimes is able to bring that one in. Weatherington just kind of pushes this one over the Nittany Lions. Set here by Burke. Great attack there by Kendall Murray that gets the point after Holland and Weatherington are unable to block that inbounds. Their block goes out of bounds. And Michigan now sits at 15-20 here. Serving now for the Wolverines. Number 4, Scotty Johnson. Never mind. Scotty Johnson is playing today. I thought that was her in plain clothes, but no, Scotty Johnson now stepped into the game for that serve. The first time we've seen her all night. Penn State, however, gets the point. Michigan unable to dig out their attack, and Scotty Johnson checks right back out. It's 21-15 now for Penn State. That was surprising. I was about to say, Scotty Johnson wasn't listed on the injury report, as Cameron Hanna's serve there gets a service ace as it goes off the hands of the Wolverines. I believe that was Manny Cochran that couldn't bring that one in. 22-15 now. It was interesting because I didn't see Scotty Johnson on injury or anything like that. So I was curious why she wasn't playing. I assumed she maybe just had something last minute, but no, comes in there for one serve and it goes right back out. So this might just be Coach Aaron Virtue trying to test out some of her new players. And Penn State scores again after a serve return from the Wolverines gets blocked at the net. Again, a Holland and Wetherington there. And a timeout by the Wolverines. So that was Brooke Humphrey with the reception error on the ace a couple points ago. So yeah, I'm trying to figure out what exactly happened that weird stretch. I think I might have just had a little error on the scoreboard there. Everything looks like it's making sense. Score is at 15-13 now here. And Penn State, after that rocky first set where they kind of came out, didn't really know what they were doing, it seemed like, letting Michigan kind of take that jump on them, have looked much more complete here in the second set. Something that you can see with teams like Penn State, they just have that extra kind of edge, that extra little bit of experience. It's not, they do not miscommunicate out there. There's very little confusion about who is supposed to be where, very little running into each other, being out of position. That's why a few times when Michigan has found them up, I will say that Michigan has found them out of position a couple times, and they have made them punch for that. Both Nick Burrows and Niambo had some great kills in some empty space, finding that soft spot in the zone of the Nittany Lions defense. As Cameron Hanna now serving for the Nittany Lions, 2 points away from the second set. Matt Cochran goes to her knees to get that one out. Kendall Murray's going to get attacked here. Try to push it over. Blocked by Wetherington. Diving attempt there by Hannah Grant to save that one, but can't get it back over the net. Point for the Nittany Lions. 24 now for them here. 15-24, a dominant set by the Nittany Lions. At this point, just a question of how much does Michigan lose by. If this is it, or if Michigan's able to stave off and get a few more points so it looks a little bit less bad on the scoreboard. But make no mistake about it, Penn State has been in total control as Cameron has sent this one across. Jack Boney is able to get a good kill there. A great set by Morgan Burke right at the net. Jack Boney is able to come across to that right side of the net where she's made a living this season. As Amalia Simmons, someone else we haven't seen a whole bunch of recently, checks back in now as scores 16-24. Kendall Murray serving for the Wolverines. And a service error by Kendall Murray, hitting it into the net. That will end in an anticlimactic way the second set of tonight's volleyball action. 25-16. Penn State now leading 2-0 as we enter our second intermission of the game. In that last set, Penn State had 10 kills. Michigan had 12. Michigan was able to outkill Penn State in that set, but unfortunately, the thing that kills them every time, in that second set, Michigan 5 attacking errors, Penn State none. Michigan 4 service errors, Penn State 1. Penn State with 1 service ace as well on that one. So Penn State, as you can see, and as we've seen with many teams throughout this season, the team that's able to minimize their mistakes. This Michigan team that just cannot get out of their own way sometimes. had some opportunities both in that first set and while the game was closer, because this was, remember, Penn State one set by 9. At one point, it was only, going back and forth between 4, but in between like 3 to 5 points. It was like 3 points, go to 4, go to 5, go back up to 4, go back to 5, go back to 4, go back to 3. It was sitting in that range for a while there, but Penn State just made a couple of runs, and Michigan had no answer for them. So now we will see if Michigan's able to bounce back from this and be able to get any kind of action here in this third set. On the Penn State side, Cameron Hanna and Jess Mruzik both have 6 kills on the night. Taylor Trammell with 5, Zoe Weatherington with 4, Allie Holland with 2, Mac Pedraza and Angelina Stark both with 1. With Michigan, 9 kills, Kendall Murray leading all players with it. What we expect to see from her, really kind of carrying that bulk of the load for the Wolverines. After that, Saj McBurrows has 5. Saj McBurrows has been having a really good game so far. 15 kills on 5 attempts, only 1 error to her name. Not bad game at all for her so far. Jack Boney also with 5, but Jack Boney 5 on 7 attempts. Very impressive for there with a 71.4 kill percentage. Serena Yambo 4 as well. Serena Yambo also has 5 total blocks on the night, which is very impressive, leading the Wolverines. Valentina Valette 4 kills, but unfortunately has 4 kills to 5 errors, putting her in the negative 6.7 hit percentage on the night, which is Valentina Valette's an interesting case to me. Obviously, still a freshman, so has a lot of chances to grow, has a lot of opportunity, will be here at the university for a long time. But it's just, you see such great bursts from here. You see some really spectacular moments of just pure velocity and strength on the ball, especially on her serves, on the attack. She's really able to push that ball through in a way that not many people we've seen are able to do, especially on this team. But it's just, for every one of those great service aces where she sends ball swing 40 miles, like 400 miles an hour, she's knocking players backwards, sending their arms flying halfway around their body like Daffy Duck's bill. She has one where we've seen that a couple times tonight, back-to-back plays where she's just shooting that ball all the way across the outside of the court. She'll be in the left corner going for the spike, and she hits it all the way out of bounds on the right side of the court. Obviously, it's because she's always going for that kill shot. She's always trying to just force that ball down and in. I think she is someone who we're going to see a lot of great things from in the future. She's someone who's going to be a very key point of this team. And we have seen a couple times tonight that Morgan Burke to Valentina Valette, we've seen that pairing work for a couple of kills today, which is going to be crucial going forward because Sky Johnson is going to be gone next year. Kendall Murray is going to be gone. Saj McBurrows, I believe, also is going to be grad student, going to be gone. So this already young team next year is going to be losing a lot of that more kind of veteran leadership that it already has so little of. So next year, you're going to need to see some of these girls like Serena Niambo, like Valentina Valette, like Morgan Burke. You're going to want to see them take that next step up. Players who haven't got as much action recently, like Amalia Simmons. Want to see them get more involved as well. And we're coming out of the intermission here now. Want to thank you for listening here on WCBN Sports. Make sure to subscribe so you don't miss any of our action. And here we go with our third set as we reset the scoreboard. Starting for Michigan, Kendall Murray, Saj McBurrows, Amalia Simmons, Serena Niambo, Jack Boney, Brooke Humphrey, and Morgan Burke. Starting for Penn State, Zoe Weatherington, Mac Pedraza, Jess Mruzik, Allie Hollins, Angelina Stark, and Gillian Grimes. Serve is going to start with the Wolverines, with Morgan Burke serving that one across. Going to be a great attack here from just Merzik, which just squeaks inbound, and Penn State is going to start off with a point. Another kill for Merzik, 7 on the night. 26 total for the Penn State Nittany Lions, as Ali Hell now comes to serve. Sends this one over. Keller's going to receive that one. Brooks going to set this one up for Simmons. And Simmons is going to get the kill. Haven't seen much of her tonight or much recently, but gets the kill there as number 10, Angelina Stark, was unable to go down and dig that one out. Hannah Grant's now checked in for Simmons and is going to get a chance to serve here. So great seeing her back in some limited action in her first game back, but just knowing she's going to be back here for this last stretch is going to be great for her, getting a chance to play some of her final season. And great for this team to kind of learn some more from her. Michigan unable to penetrate through this Penn State defense. Had about 3 in a row there of just getting the ball blocked straight back at them, and ends up getting the kill after fourth time is not the charm for the Nittany Lion defense, and that ball is able to find its way through there. Sasha Burrows gets that kill, and Hannah Grant keeps serving. Ooh, ball hits the top of the net there, kind of rides up on Taylor, but able to bring it in. Weatherington's going to get a good attack here. Blocked both at the line and tipped by jumping Cochran. Ball goes out of bounds off the Wolverines. Point for the Nittany Lions, tying it up at 2. Weatherington on the serve here for Penn State. Got to send this one over. A great serve there, but just a little bit too far out of bounds. Goes a little bit left. Service error helps out the Wolverines get back a 1-point lead as Brooke Humphrey comes in to serve now. Serena Niambo stepping out for a breather. And Humphreys shoots this one over. Villanova had to get way down for that one. Brooks going to set this one for McBurrows. McBurrows attacks it. Blocked by Merzik, but is able to get back for the Wolverines. Kellen Murray's able to get that one in. Pedraza is able to get a hold of that one. Merzik can get her own one there. Blocked at the line, but out of bounds. Point for the Nittany Lions. Boney and McBurrows were both there, but that ball's just able to squeak its way through and out of bounds. So Penn State will get the point. Gets counted as an out of bounds, as an error off of, I believe that will be off McBurrows, as she was on the outside of that one. Merzik now serving for the Nittany Lions. Set by Burke, attacked by Murray. Not quite enough as Mercy will bring that one in. Taylor with a great kill there. Better dig out by Hannah Grant, dive by Kendall Murray, and Jack Boney just puts it over. Blocked by Jack Boney and Sergeant Burrows at the line, but out of bounds, and that all ends up with a Michigan State. I can't talk for anything right now. The Penn State point after Michigan couldn't quite finish that play with some remarkable defense there by Hannah Grant and by Kendall Murray to keep that ball alive. Merzik serves again. Brooks going to set this one up. Kendall Murray's going to attack it. A diving big attempt there by Grimes, but unable to bring it in. She couldn't quite stem it off, ends up still going out of bounds, so Michigan ties it back up at 4. Maddie Cochran now will serve for the Wolverines as we are tied early here in this third set. Cochran shoots one over. Merzik gets hit to a knee to get that one. Cameron Hanna unable to get through. It's tipped by Jack Boney at the line. Jack Boney's going to attack back off of Grimes. What a save there by Bilanovic. And sends it back across does Merzik. Brooks going to set this one for Boney. Boney's going to try for it. And it's going to end up being an error on Grimes. As Grimes again dove to a knee to try to dig that one out. Sent the ball back over the net from it and out of bounds. A point for the Wolverines. 5-4 now here in this third set. Michigan's starting to put some things together. They're not quite making the same mistakes they were in that second set. Cochran serves this one again. Merzik brings it in. Gonna be attacked here by Cameron Hanna. Just tips it over the defense. What a great play there. Saw Boney and Burke right in front of her. So instead of going for the traditional spike for heart attack, just pokes it right up over the hands, and no one was behind them. Kendall Murray made a diving attempt, but was unsuccessful, as now Grimes serves this for the Nittany Lions. I mean, great attack here by Kendall Murray, but it's blocked by Pedraza. Boney's going to get another one of hers, and it's out of bounds. It was right on the line, right in front of the line judge, and he calls it for being out of bounds. I would argue, but quite literally no one has a better seat in this house than he does. So Penn State has now the lead. Virtue says, I don't think you're the best seat in the house. I think I got it a little bit better, and challenges the call. Look at the replay. Ooh, I think that one is in. That looks in. That's right on the line. That is going to be called inbounds. All the credit I just gave that line judge. Up in smoke. I can't believe this. I'm trying to make this guy look good for doing his job. Unbelievable. That looks like it's going to get, hopefully will get called back in favor of the Wolverines. And you know, for everything that's gone wrong with the Wolverines this season, one thing they've been remarkably consistent with, at least these last couple home games that I've called for them, they are spectacular when they challenge. Almost every challenge that Coach Virtue throws out there ends up getting reversed into Michigan's favor. So, I don't know, maybe that's something to look forward to this team. Maybe that's some kind of skill that we're not aware of that she's bringing to us from Team USA. Still looking over at the table. The official conferring with the rest of his team. Looks up, and we're getting the call. And it is reversed. That is a point for the Wolverines. Like we said, Aaron Virtue is lethal on the challenge. I don't even know where I'd find the stats on that, but I need to find those stats somewhere, because I am sure we are the best challenging team in the country. So with that challenge, what was a 6-5 Penn State lead flips to a 6-5 Michigan lead, and Michigan gets the ball to serve here. It will be Kendall Murray as we get the signal to continue play and get the sub in. Molly Simmons comes back in for Hannah Grant. Simmons, Boney, Burke, Humphrey, Cochran, and Murray out there right now for the Wolverines. Bill Novick, Merzik, Grime, Cameron Hanna, Holland, and Pedraza out there for the Nittany Lions. Pedraza. I hope I'm saying that right. Miss Pedraza, if you're listening, I apologize for mispronouncing the name. As Kendall Murray serves one off as we resume play after the successful challenge by the Wolverines. Allie Holland pokes it over there, but not quite able to get a kill. Amaya Simmons is going to get a good try here. Blocked at the line. Murray's able to get control of it. Set by Pedraza. Cameron Hanna almost able to get that one in. Brooks going to set this one for Boney. Boney's going to get a good attack. Hits the net. Pops up for Grime. Set by Pedraza. Attacked by Hanna. And it's blocked out of bounds. A point for the Nittany Lions. That was Boney and Burke there on the defense. They're able to get a hand on it and block it, but unfortunately couldn't quite just deflect it back into play, sending it out of bounds. Tied all up now. A short-lived lead there for Michigan as it's tied at 6s. Kendall Murray gets the serve there by Bill Novak. A great attack there by Jack Boney. Again, hits the top of the net, but this one's able to stay inbounds and gets the point, gets another kill for Boney. Having herself a great night. And Boney will now serve after getting the ball back for the Michigan. Sends this one over. Grimes brings it up. Pedraza sets it. Cameron Hanna gets the kill after Boney's unable to bring that one in. Boney deflects that out of bounds. Point for Nittany Lions, tied it all up at 7 here in this third set with Penn State up 2-0. Michigan starting to play a lot of their other younger talent that hasn't quite gotten as much. Molly Simmons and Morgan Burke. Morgan Burke especially being the dominant serve for tonight's game. And the serve by Cameron Hanna hits the net, a service error, giving Michigan back the lead, giving Michigan back the serve, and maybe a little bit of momentum as Morgan Burke will now serve it off for the Wolverines. McBurrows, Niemba, and Simmons up front with Humphreys and Murray back a little bit. Burke on the serve. Holland, Grimes, Mruzik, Weatherington, Pedraza, and Stark in for the Nittany Lions. Murzik's a gig attack here. Hits the pole, though, out of bounds. Point for the Wolverines. 2-point lead now, 9-7. Burke keeps the serve, sends it over. Can be a good set here by Pedraza. Can be a Murzik attack. Pushes it over. Burke's able to deflect it, but diving Humphrey can't quite bring it in. It's going to be a point for Penn State. Murzik's been on fire tonight. That is her 10th kill. No, sorry, that's her 9th kill on the night. Let's wait for a second as the floor team comes in to wipe up the streak of sweat left by that Brooke Humphrey dive. As that serve there is brought in nicely by Murray and killed even better by Simmons. Just coming from Burke, sets it behind her head. Knowing Simmons was going to be there, and she was. Hannah Grant coming back in, elated at her teammate, giving her a good hug as she comes in, and Hannah Grant now serves. As Michigan now leads 10-8, trying to maintain this little momentum here in the third set. Good serve there. Pedraza's going to set it. Murzik's going to get an attack, and Hannah cannot dig out her former teammate's attack there. That is Murzik's 10th kill on the night. 10-9, Wolverines here. It's going to be Weatherington serving for the Nittany Lions. And does a good job of it. Hannah Grant receives that one. Burke sets up for Murray. Murray with a great little one there, but Stark's able to help take care of that. And Weatherington on the return attack shoots this one out of bounds cross court. And Michigan gets the serve back and keeps their lead as Bill Novick checks in for Weatherington and Boney checks in for Niambo. Nick Burrows back in as well. Brooke Humphrey serving now. It's 11-9 lead for the Wolverines. Maybe we can get a little bit here in this third set. As a serve by Humphrey, he's going to get a service ace. Grimes went to the ground trying to receive that serve, but just couldn't do it, and ends up expanding that lead to 3 now, 12-9 for the Wolverines. Brooke Humphrey keeps the serve. And Michigan's starting to roll a little bit. Grimes able to get that one in, though. Great attack there by Taylor. Oh! A great attack by Taylor. A diving save by Hannah Grant. Another diving save by Kendall Murray off of that. And the third diving attempt by Hannah Grant. Again, just couldn't quite get the ball over the net, unfortunately. It was a great effort play to watch there from a couple of longtime teammates. But unfortunately, the serve goes back to Penn State. And the former Wolverine, Murzik, Kendall's going to put this one across. Murzik fields it up, digs it in. Cameron Hanna out of bounds on her attack. Another point to Michigan. Cameron Hanna had a lane, just put a little bit too much on it and shot it out of bounds. And Maddie Cochran comes in for McBurrows. He's going to serve now for the Wolverines. Biggest mystery of the game is still that one random Sky Johnson serve when she's done nothing else so far. And Cochran serves this one over. Going to be attacked by Murzik. Tipped at the line. Dive by Cochran. Humphreys dives over her teammate. Hits it over the head. And Michigan keeps it alive. Murzik can get a second attack here. Tipped by Kendall Murray. Kendall Murray's going to return it off of the Brooke Humphrey set. Cameron Hanna with an attack, blocked at the line, out of bounds, so it's going to be a point for the Nittany Lions. It was a great play there. Merzick had a heater coming in, got tipped at the line by Jack Boney, I believe. Then Manny Cochran just stuck a hand up to prevent from going too far out of bounds, hit the ground, and Brooke Humphreys dove over Manny Cochran's body to hit it over her head to keep it alive, which he did. And we actually got a point for Michigan because as I was explaining all that, the Penn State serve was returned by Michigan, was blocked out of bounds by the Nittany Lions. So Michigan gets that point, 14-11 now, still having a bit of a lead here. As Kendall Murray will serve now to try to maintain his 3-point lead here in this third set. So Merzick kind of caught off balance to get that one. Cameron Hanna blocked out of bounds, point Nittany Lions. Again, Jack Boney and Morganberg were there. I believe Jack Boney was the one that got the hand on it, but wasn't quite able to bring it back in. You know, as we heard last time from our lovely correspondent Noelle, who did commentary with us for the Minnesota game, as someone with volleyball experience herself, she was talking about how with those blocks, when you see a deflection, as Jack Boney's going to get an attack here, and gets a great little kill. As Cameron Hanna was out of position, just was able to poke it over. So Michigan gets it now 15-12. It's a timeout on the floor. But yeah, as I was talking about before, things got exciting. Noelle is one of our WCBN personalities here, and she was here on the last volleyball game with us. And as someone that had played volleyball before, was kind of talking about some of her expertise with things that people like me, even though I've watched my fair share of volleyball, I've done my research, I just still might not know because I never played. And what she talked about was that with those blocks you see when you get up and ends up, it's a good block, but ends up flying out of bounds or behind something like that. It ends up kind of being a timing thing about just timing your jump just a little bit too early, a little bit too late. So when you see those ones kind of go up like that, when you're still kind of coming on the up and it hits more the top of your palm, that's what shoots it more up. So you've seen a lot with Michigan, but again, getting the timing down is something that is easier said than done. But Michigan has done a good job of that, especially with Serena Niambo, who has been spectacular with blocks on the night. In fact, Serena Niambo has 5 blocks on the night, which leads all players tonight with their 5 blocks. Next closest on Penn State, both Zoe Weatherington and Allie Holland have 4 apiece. 15-12 here, partway through this third set. Penn State, of course, up 2-0 as this intermission is running out of time. Michigan will keep the serve and try to keep this momentum rolling. Mira Chopra comes in to serve now for the Wolverines. Mira Chopra, we've seen her in all 3 sets, but really only in that serving capacity. Once she's done serving, kind of checks right back out with the next few plays. So Mira Chopra will serve it now. Grimes has to go down to the floor to get that one out. Weatherington's going to return it. Tipped at the line by Burke, and it goes out of bounds. It's going to be a point for those. Oh, for Michigan, actually. Never mind, it wasn't tipped. It hit the net instead. I thought it was tipped. It was off the net. So out of bounds actually means it's a point for Michigan. And Michigan kind of grows their lead, and Mira Chopra stays in. Serves this one again. Grimes again goes to a knee for it. Allie Holland kind of misses that attack. Doesn't get all of it, so Michigan's able to return it. Amalia Simmons, great attack there. Penn State handles it. And Cameron Hanna there gets the kill. Hit off of, I believe that was Mira Chopra, hit off of Chopra out of bounds. And as we just said, Humphrey comes in for Humphrey comes in for Chopra. Boney subs out as well. That one for Cochran coming back in as well. Serve goes to Penn State. Cameron Hanna. Brooke Humphrey's unable to quite bring that one in. Penn State gets a second attack, but Michigan still gets control of it. Penn State's now going to get attacked here. Merzik, Jess, out of bounds. Point for Michigan. Tried to just finesse that one around the defense, put a little bit too much English on it, and ends up falling out of bounds. 17-13 now. Michigan, like in the first set, maintaining a good little distance between them. Looks like we have a challenge on the floor, actually. Penn State is challenging that ball got tipped by the Wolverines, and that's actually the reason why it went out of bounds. They're reviewing it right now. We'll get you with that as it comes back. If this one goes the other way, this could be a big swing in momentum, because as it stands right now, 17-13. With this 4-point lead, Michigan is sitting pretty to try to steal a set here from the Nittany Lions. However, if they are able, and by they I mean Penn State, if Penn State gets this overturned, all of a sudden we flip to a 16-14 game, which is a lot prettier for the Nittany Lions to come back from. And not only that, but just kind of kills the momentum. Because even though Chrysler isn't as full as it has been for the games earlier against Nebraska, against Michigan State, which are number 2 and number 3 all-time attendance in volleyball history here, the volleyball faithful is still out here. They are still rooting on their Wolverines team. And that call has, in fact, been reversed. It was tipped by the Wolverines. So it's going to be a point for Penn State. Bring it to, like I said, 16-14 now here. Still pretty even thirds as Cameron Hanna will serve now for the Nittany Lions. Sends him across. Humphrey's able to dig it out. Serene Yamble gets a good attack here, blocked at the thing by Merzik. Merzik gets a return attack, sends it long, and Michigan gets that point right back. That is Jess Merzik's only 4th error on the night as opposed to her 11 kills, so she's been doing pretty great. Cameron Hanna leads all players with 13 kills on the night. Kendall Murray leads the Wolverines with 11, and Jack Blaine is right behind with 9. Now serving Maddie Cochran. Little conversation desk, but that's all been sorted out as Cochran now, like I said, serving it. Sorry, no, that's Morgan Burke. My bad. That's Morgan Burke. Serves it, and probably because I said the wrong name, Morgan Burke chose to punish me by sending that one long. A service error, a point for the Nittany Lions. That is on my that is my bad, guys. I apologize for that one. I should not disrespect Morgan Burke by calling him your Chopra. Not Chopra. Oh my! I can't even get my names right anymore. Yo, it's been a long week. I'm not gonna lie to you. Was not Maddie Cochran. Was Morgan Burke. And now that served by Penn State was by neither of those, as they both are on Michigan. But we get a point for Michigan as Amalia Simmons again having a great little run here, getting her moments in. And again, subbed out for Hannah Grant, who's coming in to serve. Amalia Simmons now, 3 kills on 6 attempts. Pretty good for her. Hannah Grant serves that one pretty good. Just Merzik gets a kill here after Brooke Humphrey is not able to take care of that one. Serve here by number 2, Maddie Bilanovic. Set by Burke, and a great kill by Niambo. You saw the communication, and it all worked out for the Wolverines. The score now stands at 19-16. Here. As Brooke Humphrey serves this one over. Bilanovic gets it. Murray's going to get an attack here. Great block there by McBurrows and Boney. Murray's going to get an attack here. Does so targets Grimes, able to bring it out though. Murray's get another attack there, and that's a kill, finding some space in the back of Michigan's defense. is going to bring it to 17 points for the Nittany Lions. And Merzik's going to get the serve here. Jess Merzik, 12 kills, 9 digs, and 2 assists on the night. A great game for her. Kendall Murray receives that one. Brooks going to set it for McBurrows. McBurrows is going to get another kill for herself from the right corner of the net to the back left of the court. A great play there as Michigan now 20 points, 5 away from actually winning a set. We all thought it was going to happen in that first set. It might be right here, a 3-point lead. Now this one actually is Maddie Cochran serving it here. Who shoots it over, has to go down, does Bill Novick. A great, what a save there. Brooke Humphrey just gets a hand under it, and Burke just barely punches it over the net. A great dig there by Cochran. Murray's going to get an attack here. Murray gets attacked, and the kill. What a rally right there. Kendall Murray. After it looked like Michigan was done, Brooke Humphreys came diving in out of nowhere, just putting a hand between the ball and the floor. Morgan Burke with one hand over her head just barely arcs that ball over. Then an incredible dig by Cochran ends up with an even better kill from Kendall Murray. 21 of 17 now. And another diving save by Cochran. Penn State's going to have another attack here. Merzik tries it. And that one unfortunately doesn't quite work in Michigan's favor. An exciting few points there. But Jack Boney, again, gets a good hand on it for the block. But it falls out of bounds. 21 to 18. 3-point lead here for Michigan. Just 4 points away from winning the set. As number 3, Gillian Grimes served for the Nittany Lions. And that serve is long, out of bounds. And Michigan goes to 22. 3 points away from winning the set. Michigan is not ready to go home just yet. Kendall Murray is going to be serving this one off for the Wolverines. Looking to end this one off. And a timeout called by Penn State. What a couple of rallies there. This Michigan team is not quitting yet. They are not going to die just yet. They say if you want to put us down, you got to do it yourself. You got to dig the grave. You got to throw us in there. And you better bury us before we get out because we're going to be crawling and trying to climb our way out. So they are refusing to go down this easily. They are still in this one. They have a 4-point lead, 22 to 18 in this third set. They are 3 points away from stealing a set from the number 13 team in the country. The third best team in the Big Ten. And they have the serve still. Penn State is one reeling on their backs. They had to call the timeout. There's still 30 seconds left in it, but Penn State returning to the court. Michigan still huddled up. Knowing the significance of what they have to do, knowing the importance of these next few rallies, of these next serves. We've seen some remarkable play here in these last couple of sets, these last couple of rallies. And Michigan will have on the court in this pivotal time Murray, Humphrey, Cochran, Burke, Simmons, and Boney. Penn State has Holland, Hannah, Pedraza, Grimes, Merzik, and Stark. Kendall Murray serves it, hits top of the net, but goes over still. Pedraza serves it for Hannah, and Hannah gets the kill from the right corner, finding. No, that was out of bounds. My bad, that was out of bounds. I got confused with the flag signals. It is electric in here right now. I was out of bounds from Cameron Hannah, who's been on it all night. Sends that one long. Kendall Murray serves again, just 2 points away from winning the set, 23 to 18. Holland gets a kill attempt there and does get the kill. Tapped by Brooke Humphrey. Couldn't dig it out. Off her hands, out of bounds. Penn State now to 19. Michigan still with a 4-point lead and 2 points from winning the set. Penn State sends their captain, Pedraza, Mac Pedraza, number 5, to the servers. Ready to serve this one off. Trying to bring Penn State back. Cochran receives it. Humphrey puts it up. Maya Simmons is going to get attacked here. Tries to get it up. Tipped at the line. And point for the Wolverines. It was tipped by Weatherington. But it wasn't quite enough. It was still falling on the ground. Cameron Hanna tried to dive and save it. But it went under the net. Michigan now with 24 points. 1 away from winning. 19-24. Mira Chopra comes in for the serve. And this crowd is on their feet. They're waiting to see it. Chopra gets up, serves it across. Dig by Grimes, set by Pedraza. Cameron Hanna gets the kill, tipped by Niambo and Simmons. 20-14 now. Cameron Hanna goes to serve for the Nittany Lions. Michigan 1 point away. This crowd is still on their feet. This crowd is ready for it. Humphrey, Burke, Simmons on the attack, tipped at the line. Penn State gets it. Merzick tips it. Dive by Cochran. Attack by Murray. Dig by Grimes. Set by Pedraza. Merzick puts it over. Matt Cochran gets it. Set by Burke. Simmons blocked. Gets the kill. That's the set. They win the set. Amaya Simmons gets the kill. It was tipped at the line, but stayed on Penn State territory. Hits the ground. Michigan gets the kill, the point. They win the set. Michigan steals one. They go down 2-0. They say, not today. They say, we will not be swept 3-0 again. We will not be defeated by another ranked Big Ten team. We will fight back. We will stay in this. We will live to see another set. We will live to see another serve, another point. And we are still alive tonight. This Friday night action is not done yet. We got more to come. Don't click away just yet. Don't turn this one off, because there is more volleyball coming your way after Michigan with an incredible, near mistake-free third set, especially that last half of that third set. You saw it. What was in the beginning of the second set especially, a lot of miscommunications. You had Humphrey and Cochran running into each other on serve receptions. You had Boney and Boney mistiming the jumps and the blocks. You had Jess Mercer for Penn State. You had Cameron Hanna just finding any open space they wanted to. You had Valentina Valette just overshooting everything. But that third set, they tightened it up. They said no. They said we are not going to make these mistakes. They locked it in. And they played incredibly. What an incredible set. In that third set, no attack errors for the Wolverines. Only one service error. That time, that set, it was Penn State who was won with 5 attack errors, with 3 service errors, and Michigan did not get rattled. They did not get erratic. They stayed in the pocket, and they said, if you're going to make these mistakes, we will punish you. We will use the talent that we do have. Young may we be, inexperienced may we be, lacking the chemistry we may be, we will not die today. And now, with a minute left, we're going to enter this fourth set, and we may about to be seeing some magic happen here. What a set. We reset the scores, and Michigan is keeping things going. What a remarkable performance. I'm I kind of screamed myself out. Hopefully we got 2 sets left. And as the Monsters are mashing here in Chrysler, The Wolverines are coming back from the early 2-0 set deficit. And from the time that it was 15-18 to the last point, 25-20, there are only 2 errors in that whole stretch, and both of them were from Penn State. Starting this fourth set for Michigan, Niambo, Humphrey, Burke, Simmons, Boney, Cochran, and Murray. For Penn State, Taylor Trammell, Grimes, Mac Pedraza, Jess Merzick, Angelina Stark, Zoe Weatherington, and Allie Holland. Penn State serves it off here. Stark served that one. Simmons going to get the attack here and gets a point. Gets the kill, starting off again hot. Still going. Morgan Burke now serving this one for the Wolverines. The attack by Simmons was touched by 2 Nittany Lions before it eventually found its way out of bounds. Zoe Simmons' attack brought in great. And Merzick comes in and kills that one. Michigan played that one, let the ball just sit a little bit too close to that net for a little bit too long, and Merzick was able to come over and capitalize. Allie Holland now serving for the Nittany Lions, 1-1 tie as Michigan State tries to make some history. And a reception error for Humphrey as that one just mishandles it and shoots it out of bounds. Penn State goes to 2. So glad you've joined us tonight, all 2 of you, for an exciting game of volleyball what has become. Brooks sets for Simmons. Simmons gets it, doesn't quite. Michigan's going to get another attack here, and that gets blocked at the line by Weatherington and by Trammell. Oh, my goodness. Was a great attack there by Simmons, but Pedraza went down the ground, dug it out. And now Allie Holland, service error, point Wolverines. Penn State now being the one making the mistakes, having the service errors, having the errors. Hannah Grant comes back in to serve now. Amalia Simmons taking a breather. Hannah Grant serves it across. Merzick fields it, set by Pedraza. Could be Merzick attack here, blocked by Niambo. Weatherington gets control of it though, gonna have her own attempt here, and blocked by Murray and Niambo. Another point for Michigan, tying it up. Michigan is playing out of their skulls right now. And Hannah Grant serves again. Set by Pedraza. It's going to be a Merzick attack. Sends it over, tipped by Niambo. Humphrey gets it. Kendall Murray kills! Cross court. A diving Grimes doesn't get there. And Michigan takes the lead again. 4-3 now. And Michigan's on a 3-0 run. Not even including the last set. And it's going to be a point to the Nittany Lions. Michigan thought they had the point at first, but the FAR officials called for a touch. Michigan tipped the ball as it was going out. That ties it back up at 4. That was a kill by Angelina Stark. That's a service error by Weatherington, giving Michigan the lead right back. Weatherington's going to get subbed out here. And Milanovic comes back in. Brooke Humphrey's going to serve now for the Wolverines. Whew, what a day. Humphrey serves it. Bill gets it. Set by Pedraza. Merzick kills it. Just textbook right there. Humphrey dove at it, but it was a little bit too short. It was a great placement there by Jess Merzick, tying it back up at 5. These teams are neck and neck right now. Merzick's going to serve it. Spins it and sends it. Humphrey controls it. Hannah's going to set it. Murray's going to get an attack here. Hits the net. Cameron Hannah's able to bring it in. Cameron Hannah's going to get an attack. Tipped twice. And it's a point for the Nittany Lions. Was tipped at the net by Boney and tipped down court by Humphrey. Almost hit the dance team on that one. Penn State takes a brief lead. 6-5 now here. And Jess Merzick's going to send it over. Again, some more miscommunication there, but Humphrey's able to get it. Kendall Murray, her attack is blocked. Cameron Hannah's going to get an attack here. Tipped. Oh, Hannah Murray. Oh, it ends up being a point for Michigan anyways. Weird interaction there. Brooke Humphrey leaping one hand, saves it, saves the ball as it's coming, but hits it back into Michigan territory, hits it back from Michigan over the net. And Taylor Tremble was there and tried to return it immediately, but sent it too far out of bounds. And one of the officials is talking to Coach Virtue about something. It looks like there's some miscommunication on a sub in there. McBurrow subbing in for Cochran. Thank God, I thought they were going to take away the point. That was an incredible play by Humphrey to keep that ball alive. Otherwise, if she missed that one by an inch, it was going to be a point for the Nittany Lions. Ends up being a point for the Wolverines, tying it back up at 6. And Saj McBurrows is now here to serve. Vilanovic feels that one in. And it's an error. It's a backline violation. I believe it was a backline violation on Nittany Lions. It was a point for the Wolverines. I'll get the official word in a second. It was goes against Taylor Trammell on that violation. We set by Pedrazic off the serve. Cameron Hannah's attack blocked. Brooks going to set it for Boney. Boney, Grimes digs it out, but is unable. Pedraza is unable to get the second hit. And Michigan gets another point. And all of a sudden, to be blunt, a miserable looking second set. Michigan has had control of this game ever since. McBurrow serving again. Set by Pedraza, attacked by Tremble. Set by Burke, attacked by Murray, blocked. Kept alive though. Gonna be another attack by Murray. Merzick's able to somehow keep this in. Hannah attacks it. Kendall Murray digs it out. Set by Humphrey. Kell's gonna get another attack here. Puts it over. Penn State handles it. Cameron Hannah gets it. Not quite though. Kendall Murray's gonna get another attack here. Blocked at the line. What a rally here. Burke sets it. Boney attacks. And blocked by Cameron Hannah, but out of bounds. Another point for Michigan. All that work, and Michigan gets rewarded for it with a point. If you hear me just saying names back and forth, that's how fast this game is going. It was a lightning quick rally there, went on for ages, and Michigan comes away with the point, 9-6 now. Another serve by McBurrows. Pedraza's going to set it for Cameron Hannah. Hits top of the net, falls down. Point for the Nittany Lions. Getting some of that back. Amanda Cochran back in for the Wolverines. Gillian Grimes back to serve for the Nittany Lions. 9-7 now here. Wolverines readjust their defensive formation. Grimes serves us over. Hannah Grant gets it. Gonna be a set and a back block by Nittany Lions, but Hannah Grant digs it back up. Another block there by Nittany Lions, goes out of bounds. Grimes went all the way to the other side of the court to try to get that one, but obviously you can't do that. 10-7 now, Michigan. And the Hannah Grant effect. is so noticeable. You're seeing so many of these plays that these like the blocks and the attacks from Penn State that normally would just fall to the ground. All of a sudden, Hannah Grant is there just throwing up a hand and deflecting it right to her teammates. And as she goes out, you see that happen as Penn State's able to get another point here. It's another kill. I believe that was by Ruzick getting that kill. Jess with her 16 kills on the night. 10-8 now. Nittany Lions get it back. Pedraz is going to serve it. Cochran's able to receive that one. Brooks going to set it for Boney. Boney puts it over and gets a kill. A great little call in the air to, instead of spike it, just push it over the outstretched arms of the blockers, Holland and Weatherington. And there's no one there. Gets the kill. Now Boney's going to get a chance to serve as it's 11-8 here in the fourth set. And the serve hits the net. Service error for Boney. Point goes to the Nittany Lions. 11-9 now. What a spectacular game these last couple of plays. Service by Stark. Nambo's able to bring it in. Brooks going to set it up for Murray, and Murray sends this one out of bounds. Murray just not quite able to reel that one in. And it ends up being another point for Nittany Lions, who bring this one back a little bit. 10-11 now. Still Stark on the serve. Humphreys has go down to a knee to get that one. May sets it up for Simmons, unable to get it. It's going to be an attack here by Weatherington. Weatherington blocked at the line by Niambo. Brooks is going to set it for Simmons again. Simmons is going to get the kill! Off the hands of Stark to the ground. Simmons, nice to see you. Where have you been all year? What a remarkable game Simmons has been having. Didn't play at all in that first set. Came in the second. And Simmons now has 7 kills on 13 attempts on the night. Morgan Burke's going to serve this one over. Pedrez is going to set it, and Weatherton's going to attack. Dig out by Humphrey. Attack by McBurrows. And McBurrows gets her own kill. A great right net to back left corner. Like clockwork. Burke set that one behind her head. And then came McBurrows for a great kill. Morgan Brooks serving this one again. 13-10. 3-point lead for the Wolverines. Pedrez is going to set this one for Merzick. And Merzick out of bounds. Another point for Michigan. Merzick tried to scoot outside the blockers and put it just too far, ends up out of bounds. And Burke serves again. We're getting received by Nittany Lions. Set. Weatherington blocked by Niambo, but out of bounds. So it's going to be a point for the Nittany Lions. It looked like such a clean serve coming off of it. But it ends up going against the Wolverines. It looked so good coming out, and Niambo's been so good tonight at the net. It's going to be Allie Howell now serving. Simmons going to field it. Brooks going to set it up for Murray. Murray pushes it over. Weatherington's there for it. Pedreza sets it for Merzick. Dig out by Burke. Humphrey's going to put it up for McBurrows. McBurrows puts way too much on that one. Out of bounds. Back-to-back points for the Nittany Lions. 14-12 now. As Penn State, they're not going to go easily either. Just because Michigan State's looking good, they're not going to give it to them. You got to earn it. Allie Holland keeps serving. Humphrey receives that one. Brooks going to set this one up. It's going to be McBurrows again. Holland gets that one clean. Pedraza sets it for Merzick. Merzick pushes it over. Dig by Burke. Set by Humphrey. Simmons blocked at the net. Saved though by McBurrows. And Murray. Murray was just going to put it over the net, but she hits it on the heel of her hand. Misplays it and it goes into the net. It was going to be a continuance of the rally. Wasn't even trying for an attack. Was just going to push it over after a wonderful diving save from McBurrows. But instead it ends up in the net. A point for the Nittany Lions. 14-13 with a Holland serve. Simmons is going to try to attack here. And Weatherington blocks it right back. And all of a sudden, we have a tie game at 14. And this is why Penn State is so great. They had that struggle late in that third set and early on in this set. You can just see it. They were just a little bit out of position. Balls just weren't quite landing where they needed to, but they're starting to bring it back now as it's tied up. That serve by Holland is good. The attack is able to be handled by the Nittany Lions. Merzik's going to get an attack here. Humphreys is going to dig it out. Burke setting it for Nyambo. Blocked by Merzik. And it ends up being the point. Nyambo fell to the ground on her attack, and Merzik was able to just kind of block it right back there. It was just kind of too much congestion at the net for anyone to get a real good handle on it. And just because the ball was on Michigan's side of the net meant that it was falling to our side, and Penn State was scoring the point. Penn State has regained the lead, 15-14 now. You can see they've calmed down a bit. About a minute left here in this timeout. Michigan needing cost timeout. Penn State was looking so vulnerable for so long there. But some great play by Wetherington and by Merzik has really started to bring them back into this. Wetherington was kind of absent during the third set. She was still there on the floor, but didn't get many kills. Wasn't that effective up at the net. Now you're starting to see that come back a little bit. Just had a great block right there. Has a kill earlier in the set. And Michigan just needs to keep grooving. They've been playing out of their minds for about the last 30 points. For their own last 30 points, they've been playing insane. The crowd has emptied some, but there is still plenty of Michigan Wolverine fans screaming in attendance. The band is still rocking. And most of all, this team still has a chance to do something incredible. Still, Allie Holland can serve for the Nittany Lions. Back from the break. Holland serves it across. Dig out by Humphrey. Gonna be set by Burke. Simmons gets that one tipped. Ball landed out of bounds, but the line judge calls a tip, so Michigan ties it right back up, coming out of timeout just like that. Hannah Grant in for Simmons. Hannah's gonna serve it. And again, that Hannah Grant defense has been so crucial in the middle. That's why she was such a great libero the last 2 years. Understand throwing her back into that role in her first game back, but you got to imagine it's coming soon. Wetherington, her attack is blocked at the net. Murray and Nyambo there. Blocked. Point Wolverines, 16-15. Still Hannah Grant on the serve. Hannah Grant sends it over. Gonna be set by Pedrazzo. It's gonna be Tremble. Was blocked, deflected. Michigan's getting another attack. Murray tipped at it. Collision by the Nittany Lions. Merzik's going to attack it back. Tipped by Nyambo. Hannah Grant saves it. Set Burke. Attack Murray. Not much looking there. It's going to be another attack by Merzik coming up for the Nittany Lions. So it's still blocked. Nyambo's been doing great at the net today. McBro's going to get into attack. Diving save there by Stark. The return attack by Nyambo goes out of bounds. Wait. No. It was tipped. The net judge calls a tip. And Michigan gets another point. Looks like Penn State is going to challenge that one, though. Because the initial call came from the line. The initial call came from the corner judge, who just called it out of bounds. And then the net judge. I'm going to just call it the net judge. If you're a volleyball fan, please do get in the comments. Tell me why I'm wrong. But the net judge then gave the point to Michigan, claiming that she saw a tip. Penn State goes and challenges. The challenge official has to go, hey, Penn State coach, calm down. He was getting a little bit animated over there. But this could be massive, whether or not this ball was tipped. A a 2-point lead or a tie is such, at this point, here deep into the fourth set now, is such in, not just in the scoreboard, but from an emotional standpoint. You started to feel it in this building, in the crowd, ever since Michigan got that lead late in the third set, when they had that 4-point lead. It was like 20-16, 20-17, 22-18, all that. You felt an electricity in this building. I'm quite literally tingling in my fingertips. That's how exciting this has been. And just having to see for this Michigan team, seeing this lead you have, when we're getting close to the witching hour of the fourth set, and to see your lead immediately go away, and not only go back to a tie, but then to give the serve back to Penn State and give them that kind of edge and that tempo control. It's going to be a devastating thing. Still looking over at the table. They haven't showed a replay in the stadium, so I unfortunately have no insight. My initial thought was that it was out of bounds. But I'm sitting about 30 rows up. This is a game of inches at times. Just a single deflection, one way or another, can change the entire course of a set, the course of a game. And that's exactly what this is. And the scoreboard, they have reversed the call. The point does go to Penn State. Trying to get some correction on the scoreboard, because I believe it should just be 16-16. But they're saying is 16-17 right now. 16-16, there it is. They were, all confusion is gone. Tied back up at 16. And it's going to be Bilanovic with the serve for Penn State. This now tied game after that reverse challenge. Brooke Humphreys going to get that one. Niembo's going to get a great attack there. Oh, and a diving save by Stark to keep the play alive. Niembo's going to get another attack here. Met at the line. That's going to be a violation. It's going to be a double touch by Tremble, who blocked it at the net. Ball hovered there, so she hit it again, and it's a double touch. So Michigan gets that point, immediately regains their lead, gets the serve back. Brooke Humphrey will serve it now for the Wolverines. Shoots it over. Close to the net. It's going to be Merzick, who just pushes it over. Boney's able to keep it alive. McBurrows, can she put it back over the net? McBurrows does after the diving save by Cochran to keep it alive. Oh, what a dig by Hannah Grant. Merzick hit her square in the chest. Kayla Murray's attack was tipped. Merzick's going to try a third time. Hannah Grant still digging that one out. Burke's going to set this one for McBurrows. McBurrows hits it right to Stark. Murrick again. Jack again just put a hand out there. Humphrey's just going to send this one over. This one's going to be Tremble. Out of bounds. Didn't touch it. Point for the Wolverines. 18-16 now. I think it was Tremble again on that one. And Penn State is challenging again. Their second challenge in like 2 points. Again, claiming it was tipped. From my point, I saw a clear space between the hands of, I believe it was Brooke Humphrey, between her hand and the ball, and just missed the blockers altogether. She had 3 attack attempts in the row. Actually, no, this one was the one in the middle. No touch there. And it was Hannah Grant. No touch there. She was late on it, and it does go out of bounds. This one should stay with Michigan. They're looking at if it was touched by Kendall Murray at the net, by Kendall Murray and Jack Boney. And it's close. I don't believe it is. It was specifically Kendall Murray's left hand they were zoomed in on. And it's kind of hard from the one camera angle. We unfortunately are not the NFL. We do not have 17 different angles to cut to. There is no net cam. But from the angle we had and from what happened live, it looked as though the ball went just past Kendall Murray's left pinky. Hannah Grant was late getting her hands up, so she missed it. And the ball was definitely out of bounds. So this should stay with Michigan. They give it to Penn State, though. They say it was touched. That is going to be a controversial call. That might have decided this game. But they've given it to Penn State. Merge is going to serve this one across. Chrysler does not like that call, but it doesn't matter. A service error by Merzick. In the great words of Detroit legend Rip Hamilton. No, who was it? Yeah, I think it was Rip Hamilton. Ball don't lie. 18-17 now, and Cochran serves the one back. Cameron Hand's going to try to attack it. Jack Boney pushes back over. This one's going to be by Merzick. Blocked, but it still hits the ground in Michigan territory. Boney had her hands up, but Merzick still forced it through. Merzick's 17th kill. Tied up at 18. It's going to be Grimes with the serve. Great attack there with Michigan, but Penn State's able to bring it back in. Cameron Hanna gets the kill. I thought Hannah Grant might have dug it out, but not so. Cameron Hanna herself having an incredible game with 17 kills. Grimes keeps the serve, serves it. Humphrey's going to receive it. It's going to be Murray on the attack. Grimes is able to bring it in, though. It's going to be set for Cameron. Cameron off of Kendall Murray's head almost. Out of bounds, point for Penn State. And Penn State now at 20, starting to pull away. Michigan needs to make a play here. And Michigan calls a timeout. Trying to recalibrate. Minute 30 timeout. This game is absolutely insane right now. Michigan, after going down 2 sets early on in this, came back and won their third set. They looked terrible that second set, lost by 9 points. All of a sudden came back the third set, was in control of it the entire time, and ended up winning that third set handily by 5 points, and was in control of this third set for almost the entire time, going back and forth to Penn State, had a 2-point lead multiple times late in this game, but both of them ended up getting overturned and going in favor of Penn State after review. And after that, Penn State has now taken their own 2-point lead, but this one's not getting overturned. This is going to stay as is. Penn State's going to have the serve coming out of the timeout. It's still going to be Gillian Grimes on the serve. Gillian Grimes with no service aces on the night, as the libero has been quiet in all fronts except digs, where she has been incredible. 12 digs leading her team. Been great on defense. Very few errors on the night for her. In fact, Gillian Grimes only 1 return error on the night. We'll continue to serve here. Sends this one off. Humphrey gets it. Set by Burke. Attacked by Boney. Just pushes it over. Grimes is there to get it, though. It's going to be Merzick on the attack. Blocked by Murray. Oh, but the point goes to the Nittany Lions after violation. It was a blocking error by Kendall Murray. And Penn State now at 21. Grimes keeping the serve. Humphrey gets it again. Set by Burke. Murray on the attack. And it's going to be another point after that block by, it was Holland was there, as well as Pedraza. Penn State now gaining control of this game quickly falling away from Michigan, but that Grimes serve is an error, giving Michigan just a little bit of momentum back. Penn State loses their 4-0, their 5-0 run on a service error. Penn State was going to put that game away, but now Kendall Murray serving. Michigan has a slightly better chance now. It's going to be Cameron Hanna on the attack, but gets the kill, splits the defense of Burke and Boney. And that's now 23 for the Nittany Lions. A 4-point lead, just 2 points away from winning this game. For Michigan to win this straight up, they would need 6 straight points, something they have not done at all today. Pedraza's going to serve it. The captain looks to end this game for her team. Humphrey's going to get it. Brooks going to try to set this one up for Simmons, who's been great all night. Blocked at the net, and some diving saves can't bring it back. Penn State at 24 now, 1 point away from winning this. And the wild comeback that Michigan had put forth, their incredible finish to the third set, the way they had this entire fourth set, it was remarkable how they kept fighting in this. And they're still fighting. Another service error by Pedraza. Chopra and Niamba are going to come back in. Chopra's going to serve this one. Michigan needs 4 points in a row here to stay alive. If Penn State, they're one and done. Michigan needs 4. Chopra's serving it. Grimes has that one. Set. Attacked by Holland, and Holland gets the kill, putting a quick end to that last chance hope that Michigan thought they had. Penn State wins that fourth set, 25-20. That is their third set victory, and with that, they claim the game tonight. What was once thought to be the expected outcome ends up becoming incredibly disappointing for the Michigan fans and for this Michigan team. Michigan, that first set came out like they had so many times against teams like Nebraska and Minnesota, where they started off phenomenally, playing a very good team very closely and keeping a tight game in that first set, having a lead late in that first set. But like many times we've seen before, we're not able to finish out the set, could not finish the game, and they got punished for it and lost that first set. Went to that second set, and anything that was working for them that first time around just was not happening. They ended up losing that set 25-16, lost that one by 9 points, and it looked like it. There was very little that worked for them. Penn State was kind of having their way with the Wolverines, just kind of doing what they needed to, doing what they wanted to. And that led me, as well as a lot of fans, because you saw a lot of fans have to file out after that second set, and the general kind of feeling within Chrysler was one that this Michigan team put up a good fight in their first set, but couldn't hang with these top-level teams like Penn State, number 13 in the country, and Penn State started to look like it. And then that third set happened, and for whatever reason, Michigan just put everything together. They had no attacking errors, which I'd have to look back through the book. I don't think Michigan's had an errorless set this season. The thing that's been killing Michigan all year, this team, has been those errors, which we've talked about a lot in these broadcasts. Young team, lost a lot of leadership, had a lot of people out with injuries. And so all that kind of like innate kind of chemistry and that trust your teammates just isn't quite there to the same extent as these teams like Penn State and Nebraska and Wisconsin and Minnesota that we haven't been able to compete with for extended periods. But all of a sudden, that wasn't a problem in that third set, and everything was working for Michigan and nothing was working for Penn State. And Michigan was able to get a set off of the 13th ranked team in the country and not only get that set win, but come out in the fourth set and immediately continue that momentum and be tied or leading for the majority of that set. Going back to play-by-play, Michigan started out going back and forth with Penn State. That whole first bit, going back and forth, just trading 1-point leads, going back and forth, then took a 4-point run to get a 3-point lead and kind of kept that 3-point lead for a while, even bring it up to 4 until those challenges kind of came in for Penn State. Right around that time, Penn State went on a 5-0 run, and any time Michigan tried to come back, that was when they went the challenge with reverse the call in favor of Michigan. One of those was pretty fair. That second one, though, when it was supposed to be 18-16 in favor of Michigan over Penn State, they go to the booth. There was nothing they showed on the big board here, nothing that I saw happen live that would have indicated that Michigan touched the ball in any way. But instead, they go to the booth. They see something that I guess we just didn't see, and they call that one in favor. And right after that, Michigan gets a point. Penn State scores 5 in a row, and that was basically the game. After that, there was very little Michigan could do in there. And at one point, was looking like maybe Michigan could bring this to 5. Maybe if we bring it to 5, at that point, Penn State would be so beat up emotionally that we would have a real that Michigan would have a real shot of taking this game down, winning this one, and getting a top 25 victory in an otherwise unremarkable season. No matter what anything else would have happened this season, we would have had that. We would have had this shining game as an example of, yeah, the rest of the season didn't work out, but on this one night, we were legends. We were perfect when we needed to be. We were down 2-0 going into the third set, and we won 3 in a row. And there was a real possibility of that. Don't tell me that there wasn't. Go back. When you rewatch this game, you'll see a Michigan team that had everything going for them in that fourth set. And if you have to ask me, those 2 calls back-to-back, when it should have been 17-15, then it should have been 18-16. Both times. If either one of those, especially that second one, goes Michigan's way, Michigan comes away with this victory in this game. And I believe that. Unfortunately, it didn't work out that way. And Michigan, although putting up a great fight, a fight that fans like me and fans like you have to look forward to be excited about when we see the future of this team, when we see over the next couple years what this team is going to look like. It gives us a lot of hope. Morgan Burke played almost the entire game at setter for the first time in her career and played marvelously. Morgan Burke on the night had 41 assists, which is a career high for her. Absolutely. Morgan Burke did incredible. Let me just double check that fact to be sure, because I don't have the poll up in front of me right now. But phenomenal game from Morgan Burke, who, again, we'll have to figure out what's going on with Scotty Johnson there, because she was there. She did came in for her one serve. But Morgan Burke is the future setter of this team. She will hold it down. So this was not her career high in serves. That happened last game against Northwestern at Northwestern. She had 49 there, but 41 here was remarkable. And with Morgan, she didn't play a ton this season. She played only a couple sets early in the year. Played a lot in the North Carolina win, in that Duke loss, and then we didn't really see her for a while there. And even when we did, just kind of playing, only played one set in the Minnesota loss, one set and two sets in each of the Minnesota losses respectively. Only 2 sets in the Maryland loss. But then for the last few games, played all 3 sets against Indiana, had 18 assists. Played all 4 sets against Michigan State, had 25. In these last 2 games, all 5 sets against Northwestern, all 4 sets against Penn State, 49 assists and 41 assists. She is going to be a weapon for this Wolverine team in the next couple of years. Speaking of players who are going to be weapons that we have not seen a lot of, Amalia Simmons was someone that was getting some playing time earlier in the year, but then, again, same thing with Morgan Burke, kind of disappeared for a while. But then it came back today, and in this game kind of came and didn't play in that first set, but came in and had, where are you? They only played in 2 of the sets. Didn't play in those first 2 sets. Had 8 kills in 2 sets. Salisbury Bros herself also had 8. Kendall Murray and Jack Boney led with 13. Serena Yambo had 5, and Valentina Valette had 4. Valentina only played in those first 2 sets and then didn't play in the third or the fourth. And talking about her inconsistencies in those first 2 sets, it's hard to notice that she's the only person who played significant time, who had a negative hitting percentage, and when she doesn't play those last 2 sets, that's when Michigan looks the best. And I don't like saying this because I think Valentina Valette is going to be incredible. I think she has the potential to be that May Pertovsky kind of just power server, to just take people off balance, to kind of step up in that kind of like Jack Boney role of being that just powerful finisher. But she's got to cut down those inconsistencies. She had 4 kills and 5 errors. And with 1 service error to go along with that, only counted for 2 blocks as well, when you had Serena Yambo counting for 7 blocks on the night. So she's got some work to do, but will absolutely, paired up with Morgan Burke, be a weapon for this team in the future. Last couple shout-outs. Serena Yambo, as we kind of mentioned it, incredible night at the net. 7 blocks, better than anyone on the team. The most anyone else had was 2, and that was Valette, McBurrows, and Murray. She was incredible up there. Kendall Murray, of course, continuing in her leader ways. 13 kills, 14 points on the night total. Jack Boney also had 13. Jack Boney was someone who was also there a lot for those blocks, but with her, it was just didn't quite work out. Had a couple blocking errors, and of course, we gotta give our flowers to Penn State because they did play remarkably. And of course, the story of tonight, Jess Mruzik, who spent a couple years here playing for the Wolverines, transferred away to Penn State. Had a great game tonight. 18 kills, 2 aces. 18 kills, 2 assists. Only 1 service error, only 1 reception error, 11 digs, 2 total blocks. Had herself a wonderful night in her kind of Ann Arbor homecoming, playing against some of her former teammates, Kendall Murray, Hannah Grant. Oh my God, Hannah Grant. Yeah, let me talk about that. Hannah Grant went out injured against Sacred College in August. Have not seen her since, and came out tonight, and that is what this team needs, is that solid defensive presence up front. No shade to Brooke Humphrey. She had herself a great game tonight too. Brooke Humphrey had 6 assists, 2 service aces, 13 digs. She had a great game tonight, but Hannah Grant was on that different level. You see, just it seems that anytime these balls coming through, either blocks from the other team or attacks, that would usually end up with points in favor of the other team. All of a sudden, Hannah Grant's in there diving and throwing a hand out, just jumping back and shooting a hand up to keep the ball in play, and giving her teammates, importantly, giving them a chance to make those plays. So it was a remarkable game from many aspects. It ended up being disappointing. Some different plays in that first set, and all of a sudden it's 2-1 going into that fourth set in favor of us instead of in favor of Penn State. making a couple more plays in that second set, so maybe Penn State's a little bit more tired. Maybe they're working a little bit harder in those third sets and fourth sets to get a little bit more, maybe. But all in all, another Michigan loss, but this is not one to be ashamed of. Trust me, there have been losses to be ashamed of, but this is not one of those. So thank you for listening in tonight here on WCBN Sports YouTube channel. I have been Tim, your solo commentator for tonight. Make sure you're subscribing here. I will be back here on Sunday calling the Michigan-Ohio State volleyball game with a couple friends of mine. They're lovely. You'd love them, so make sure you're around to see them. Thank you guys so much for listening. Have a great night, and as always, go Blue.